All right, we'll give it just a second here for everything to connect. Welcome to Rodeo Talk Live. Rodeo Talk Live, y'all. We're getting ready to get into it here in just a moment. Let a couple of people come on in here and get going. Friday. It's
Yep.
been busy, man. It's
Yeah,
it's just starting.
it's gonna get busier.
It's gonna get there.
I promise you, man.
Yes, sir.
This week is that shot by so quick.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
did.
since the weekend, dude, and got an exciting weekend coming up.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
We definitely good.
All right. All right. Well, like I said, y'all, welcome to Rodeo Talk Live. My name is Davion Hemphill, pro rodeo announcer, alongside the legend himself,
Marcus Friday.
Marcus Friday.
Yeah.
Let's see. Move that way. All right, cool. So we definitely want to first get started by just thanking our sponsors for helping us out here today. Buffy Bell's Bond, right there in Omogie, Oklahoma. She's been a long time supporter of pretty much every rodeo that we've attended together for many, many years. And we just like to give her flowers because she's definitely been good to us.
Yeah, and Buffy's worldwide.
Yes, she
You
is.
know,
She
she's
is.
originally out of Old Mogi. But if you go to jail and need bail, you can always call Buffy. Buffy Bail Bond
Yep.
in Old Mogi. Thank you, Buffy.
Yep. We also got our friend right there, Mr. Albert Tucker, with Mother Tucker's Barbecue out of Omogie as well. They are also statewide. They will cater events, barbecue events. I mean, they just got an eclectic menu of different things. I know recently he started with the oxtails. We talked about that a little bit last time.
Yeah.
But man, he got some loaded Alfredo potatoes that are really popular out there as well. So if you have a wedding or a event coming up, definitely follow Mother Tucker's Barbecue, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, you know what?
What's up?
Super Bowl
It
weekend
is.
is rodeo weekend.
Everything's
And
here.
everything is going on. We just finished the gala, everything. We're going to talk about that as well. Talk about the PRCA 2025 standings.
Yep.
We're going to talk about the Bill Pickett Rodeo and Fort Worth, Black Rodeo USA. Got a lot to cover here,
Yeah,
man.
it's gonna be a action-packed evening here, and like you said, we got a lot of information
Yeah,
to talk about. A lot of things coming, as everybody knows. It's rodeo time.
It is.
All right, if you've been out in the horse been in the pasture all winter long, it's too late because it's here.
Get them up, get them learned.
It's right here, right now.
Put some shoes on him.
Absolutely, absolutely. So man, let's talk about it. We talk about those PRCA standings.
Man, you know, we just finished up that 2024 year.
Yep.
The 2025 actually got underway before the PRCA finals.
Right.
So you got some guys right now that already done won $30,000,
See.
$40,000 and the year haven't even kicked off. And right now they're working on what? Fort Worth Stock Show.
Yep.
And right now it's the Texas Swing that's going on. So when you go back and look at the standards, which you can do that by going to PRCA rodeo.com and you can find out what all going on. I kind of tip my hat to Landris White,
Okay.
cowboy out of Texas, currently set number 10
Yeah.
in the steer wrestling competition. So he just need to kind of keep going, making things happen right there with Brandon Harrison, also out of Cheeks, is currently setting number 21. So that's awesome. But Oklahoma cowboy, Levi Rudd out of Chelsea,
Right.
is currently setting number 1. So things is really looking good right there for the PRCA.
Yeah.
And you look at the calf roping, Shad Mayfield, he said number 2. John Dowd is number 4. Corey Solomon, number 15.
Yep.
And Weldon Watson said number 38 in the standards. And we're just talking about some African American cowboys right now. And all those other guys, you know, they're going to do what they're going to
Yeah, it's gonna happen. And the thing about it, like you said, the rodeo season is just young.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see quite a few lead changes, money changes throughout the year. You know, it's good for Shad and John to come out hot on that first rodeo.
Right.
They had a solid finals, but they needed a hot start to 2025 to set them up for success this spring.
Yeah, and you know, really nothing worse than trying to come up from the rear.
Exactly.
We always say stay in the race, but jump in the race and get there early and make it happen.
Why not? Why not?
So that's pretty cool, man. And right now, as I mentioned, Fort Worth is going on. They got Houston will be coming up. You got San Antonio and all those rodeos coming up. They just wrapped up Denver. So the rodeo season is underway in Texas.
Hey, listen, you need to get your Cowboy Channel subscription because you're gonna be able to catch a lot of shows. If you can't be in the place, get that Cowboy Channel subscription. That's an unpaid sponsorship, but I like those guys. I like what they do. I think it's helped bringing more people to the rodeo scene and giving folks who can't travel as much opportunity to see world-class athletes right from the comfort of their own home.
And a lot of people, never really got to see rodeo on TV. Normally, you probably see it maybe 5 to 10 times at the most during the year. You can watch it 24/7.
That's it. It's always there. Justin McKee and those guys do a real good job over there. So shout out to them. And hey, let's talk about this IPRA. Boy, I mean, it was exciting.
It just wrapped up too, and I tell you, they had it going on up there at the Laser E. A lot of champions was crowned. Was it 4 big nights?
It was
that they had with the Contract Act showcase and all. So the IPRA is definitely jumping. Shout out to Jarvis Demery.
Yes, sir.
He finished number 10th and Rookie of the Year in the tie down calf roping, and that's awesome. And Glenn Jackson, he went in there number 2, and he came out number 2. So I know he wished he had a better year.
Right.
And you look at the steer wrestling, Cody Dorser, cowboy out of Weber's Fall, went in there number 1, stayed number 1, wrapped it up. He is the 2024 champion. Chase Crane went in there probably number 4 or 5, came out number 3.
Right.
Big win in the average right there. Coop Reger, he went in there, came out somewhere around number 8.
Right.
But how about our girl Brandy?
Brandy, hey, she's been hot.
She went in there about number 11. She won the average and everything, and I think she ended up like number 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think number 4.
In the standards, and passed the other cowgirl that won that Rookie of the Year.
Which is big.
Yeah,
it's big. And we highlight, I mean, it's a plethora of cowboys and cowgirls we could talk about, but we really want to highlight these folks because they've been real big supporters of the rodeos that we've been through up and down the road. We get opportunity to see them, talk to them, follow them, and just have that communication with them throughout the year. So it's just it's definitely just a good time to be able to talk about them and some of the things that they did. Now, just a couple of weeks ago, right here in Tulsa, we had the ACRA finals. ACRA 48. And it was big.
Had a great time out there. Some of those same cowboys was in there as far as Jarvis and Glenn and Coop and Cam Fox and Chase Crane. You had J.C. King, Trent Krieger, all those guys, Clay Brown. Those are just calf ropers that was in there representing with some of the Bulldoggers. And you look at Glenn and Jarvis, and those guys is currently sitting at the top of the WCRA as well.
Right.
So that really speaks volume when you have an awesome year like that, and then you are in the running for almost every association that you're a part of.
And so the story has it, right? Jarvis and Glenn, they performed here at the ACRA, and then they hopped on a plane, flew out to Denver, competed in the Denver show, and then flew back and competed again right here in Tulsa, all in the same day.
I mean, they was back and forth, man, and they say it was so cold up there.
Yeah.
I can imagine. I said it was pretty cold.
I saw some pictures, and I told them I'd have turned around and come on to the house. One thing don't get along with me is snow, but definitely not in the mountaintops.
Yeah, but hey, our buddy out of Bristol, he won that title back to back in the bareback riding. Bad Brad guy.
Hey, Brad is an awesome man. It was good to see Brad. I hadn't got a chance to see Brad ride in several years, but to see him out on top of his game. When I first came back to Oklahoma and kind of got back in the rodeo scene, he has some ups and downs there. He was some highs and some lows. So to see him right now peaking where he is in ACRA is good. He got that young boy coming up, old Rowdy, as well.
So. Yeah, and he's competing in what they call that, walk trot.
Yeah,
the bull ride.
The bulls.
Yeah. The bull just
junior bulls.
Ride one of them.
Yeah, well, I don't know, Friday. I ain't trying to get on nothing no more than the boss do.
Yeah, he might make a left. I'll fall plumb off on the ground, but it is so much going on with these kids. As well into rodeo, and I'm really excited to really see a lot of them compete. Especially in that junior breakaway. Cause these kids pretty serious.
I mean, it's the level of athlete is changing. I mean, the horses are getting better. The kids are coming in younger. I was at a family gathering, man. Anthony Craig, man, it's my buddy. He's a good calf roper, solid in high school, solid in all these associations. His son was about 1. He won 1.5, man, and he had his picket string. That boy hands was faster than mine.
Yeah, you
That's
can
starting them early, man. The future's bright.
That is
It's
exciting, man. And the year 2025, I tell you what, as I always say, don't turn down nothing but your collar.
Yes, sir.
There's so many opportunities out there. These cowboys, a lot of them going to these open rodeos. Just go ahead, spend that what, $60,
60.
and get that membership.
Bucks.
And those same rodeos are right there in your area, whether you're part of the CPRA, the UPRA, Louisiana Rodeo Association. Those cards are not that much, and you ain't always got to go to the open rodeo.
Right.
Get some of them sanctioned rodeos. Let's get to some of these finals and hey, step your game.
We got the talent. The
Yeah.
talent is definitely there.
Yeah.
It's just, getting beyond your comfort zone.
Right.
And, that's one of the things when we talk about the ACRA, the IPRA. I went down there to the IFR 53 Contract Act Showcase.
Right.
With some of the best announcers in the business, some rising stars and some solid folks that have been in this for many years. And you challenged me to, hey, go out there and put yourself against the best, see where you land. And that's what I'm trying to do, just getting out of my comfort zone. So I'm challenging all the cowboys and cowgirls out there just to do the same. You'd be surprised where you end up.
Yeah, and I shout out Dylan Gross for what he did, bringing that together. All those guys, that's not easy.
Yeah,
to do that, and those guys did an awesome job putting that together. And the future announcers out there, check out that Contract Act Showcase. We also got the school that we've added this year with three classes. The first class will be, when is that? Omogi, August the 8th. Then we'll go to Phoenix with a class, and then we'll wrap it up in Lupton, Texas, with the Southeastern Rodeo Association finals. So if you want to be a part, I'll tell you right now, I probably have already 6 people that have spoken, to participate in that. So I got to get my game together.
You got to step it up a little bit
and try to make things happen.
Well,
so
I can say, Friday, man, it's an awesome class. Not only have I had a chance to attend it, I've got a chance to just sit in and watch. And my son's got a chance to do it, so I go with him, and I just kind of like to sit in the background and just hear all the different voices, the perspectives, and with everybody. So it's definitely a good class. So if you're interested, hit Marcous up, Marcous Friday on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everything, and he'll get you squared away.
Yeah,
he's been a solid start, and we got a chance to see that this weekend, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit when we get to that gala.
That kind of touched me right there when I looked up there and saw everybody, and everybody was looking good, man. So to be honest with you, ain't no sense of holding back now.
Yeah, we're already there.
Yeah, let's talk about it. We just wrapped it up.
Yeah.
Saturday, the 2nd annual National Black Rodeo Cowboys Gala and Award Show. What did you think?
Man, it was a beautiful event. It was awesome to be in that facility. Absolutely phenomenal job by the crew.
Right.
When you come in, it was truly red carpet, man.
Okay.
It was unlike anything you ever seen. When I first walked in the door and you hit that red carpet and that big white horse was standing there, it seemed like something off a movie. And then as you progressed to get to the main seating area, it just got better and better. You had vendors there like Uncle Nearest. We had the USDA. Sir Davis was there as well. And it was just awesome atmosphere. Vendors were live. Mm-hmm. They had things that were relevant to the audience. I just thought y'all did a great job.
Man, I tell you what, it took a lot of hard work, and I tip my hat to Jay Ridley, video hero, and Danielle Tipton, and Sincere, and Kim, and all the crew that did that. And, the first year they had the little table situation. Man, everything was just laid out perfect. Yeah. They escorted you to the tables. I mean, I don't think it could have went any better.
Listen, and the food was outstanding.
Did you eat?
That chicken and them green beans,
I never touched it.
Man, it was amazing. We had a good time, and the food was good. The chicken was flavorful.
Right.
Like, you typically get some of that cater food, man. You be like, man, with a little salt on that thing was just hitting just right. I think that was Prince Mason. Prince Mason was a catering company that did that out of Oklahoma City, and one of my classmates was a part of that crew as well. She's a chef. And I saw her there, and that was one of her first big events. So shout out to the catering company.
Yeah, and the decorators.
Oh, yeah.
They did an awesome job there. The gala was great. So we're going to start on 2026 6,
Yeah.
in a couple months. So if you didn't get a chance to attend or you didn't get no ticket from the sellout when they go on sale, go ahead and get your tickets. I mean, get them on out the way. Don't wait till the last minute, and don't try to be a walk-up person because there's not going to be any. We shut that off at 1,000.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened. And it was great. All the legends was there. And we was definitely glad to have them.
Star-studded. You got guys like Mr. Nelson Jackson that was there.
Right.
I mean, it was just phenomenal to see the people who laid the groundwork for us to be able to do what we do week in and week out, all in one building.
Right.
2 years in a row. Come on, Friday. That's big. I don't know if the people really realize the amount of prestige that was in that room.
Yeah, and it was like when you look at Wayne Brown, out of Houston, Bowlegs, Craig Jackson was there, Stephen Gabriel.
Yeah.
Harold Cash was back up in the house.
Right.
So we was glad to have all those legends that was there, and the secretaries, they was looking good.
Hey, looking real
up there, the timers, the twins.
They
looking just alike.
Hey, they did. They was dressed just like I seen them messing around on Facebook. Talking about, hey, we I ain't gonna say their age.
Yeah.
But they say, look, we all these years old and we still dressing like.
Yeah.
But I want to shout them out.
Right.
Friday, because you know what? From an announcer's perspective, I think what helped me grow the most is being around really good secretaries and timers.
It sure helps.
The ability to be able to digest the books and the orders and everything, the changes on the fly. They absolutely handle that with strict professionalism. I tip my hat to them.
That is a tough job.
They make my job easy, and I've learned more from them than what I think anybody would ever realize. So I just want to say thank you to them for what they do.
Yeah, that was a tough job right there.
Yeah.
When you look at what the secretaries do and the timers, and then you have to tip your hat to the judges, because when you really look at Ben Goodman, Rodney Brooks, Harold Williams, those guys right there, along with Steve Robinson, man, those are the best of the best.
Yeah.
We got some of the best judges in rodeo.
Absolutely.
And we honored some last year, honored some this year. There's only a few more that we come up with. And if you want to be a part of judging a rodeo and this and that, just get down there and start helping pull the barrier. Get there a little early and watch them set it up.
Yep.
Watch them measure off the barrel length and all of that, even with the box, and learn how to be a part. Because one thing you're going to do after you get through competing, you're going to go sit in the stand.
Right.
You're going to stay at home.
Yep.
Or you're going to get involved with what's going on with the rodeo.
And that's a tough transition.
It is.
Being a former athlete, when you've done something your whole life, you've trained your entire life to be great at what you're doing. And then one day it's just over. And then you have to figure out what's my next move, what's my next journey. And so if riding ain't it, but you still want to stay involved, you gotta, they have the different judging clinics. I know the IPRA, they have their judging clinics. The ACRA had theirs as well. Some of the top judges across the nation where you can come and learn. And like you said, I think Mr. Goodman said it best. He said, y'all see us? We getting up there.
Yeah.
We need some people that's coming. He said, we need some people that's going to come up in the rear right there and help us out. So y'all, let me tell you, just coming from you being in the mentor, I would say like an apprenticeship for many years, just learning the game, studying the secretaries and getting that opportunity. In order for us to keep rodeo going, we got to get some fresh blood in there doing the same thing.
It's a must.
It's an absolute must.
It's a must because, a lot of them really don't have the rule books. And if you need rule books, you can get a rule book, study your rule book just like anything else.
Yep.
When we went to the ACR thing the other week and they gave us that test, and I looked at that test, I'm like, man, I will flunk this thing, left and right, because I learned so much.
Right.
Just sitting there looking at that, and those guys asked some tough questions.
They asked some very tough ones. But the thing about it is that rodeo is not what rodeo used to be as far as the rules are concerned.
Right.
In order to preserve the sport, we have to go with what society says. And you got the animal protection rights and all those groups, they're serious about this.
Right.
And so modifying those rule books so that we can continue to bring, our heritage to the folks is necessary. I think the IPRA, they went to that 3-second calf rule, no drag. Right. That's new for this year.
Right.
I think it's been used. They didn't use it at the finals, but they're going to use it moving forward. That's going to be an adjustment.
It's going to change up things.
It's going to be an adjustment.
Cowboys is going to be busy.
Real busy. They might have to drop an extra 20 in their pocket.
And another thing, is about the rules. You don't literally have to have the rule book in your hand.
Right.
You can just go to those associations, and they have the rule book now online.
Right.
You can get those rule books online, study the rule book, know the rules when you get to the rodeo.
Right.
That way, you don't have to be upset about nothing that happened that was out of your control. And the main thing in there is the dress code.
Yeah.
I like that because you down in the arena, why you can't be in a tie?
Right.
Not out there, in your t-shirt and your ball cap.
Yeah.
I just wish everybody would just get with the attire situation and make that look so much better, because there's so many people doing documentaries and everything now.
Yeah.
And you don't really want to see all that,
right,
off into the documentary, even on the video. So let's kind of clean that up a little bit. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I think it's good that the sport is evolving, but I still think you have to pay tribute to where it came from.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it's just gonna keep changing. The kids gonna change. The attire's gonna change.
Yeah.
But remember those that came before you.
Right.
Remember what this was built on. That foundation don't change.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can change the outside of a house 100 different ways, but the foundation gonna still stay the same.
And another thing is, a few rodeos now is being televised.
Yeah, true.
And before they go live, they always drag the arena and stuff. And then when you come into the arena, don't go down the middle of the arena.
Right.
Go to the side, walk the rails to keep the tracks out of the arena.
Right.
But when they are showing this live on TV, that's
right.
just a few things that's in the rule books and just stuff to be ready.
Right.
So if you stay ready,
you got to get ready.
You ain't got to get ready.
But, in saying that too, Friday, it makes a lot of sense, because when they shooting the documentaries and films,
mm-hmm.
even in the outdoor rodeo, whether it's indoor or outdoor, you want to treat that facility the same. Right. Treat it as if there are cameras and you are broadcast. But here's the thing people don't realize. You don't have to be on the Cowboy channel anymore to get 1 million views.
No.
I look at guys like Denard Hunt, Davion Horton, and some of those guys. These guys got 100,000 people following them on TikTok.
Ronnie Davis,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And listen, people are seeing what we're doing, and we just want to preserve that. We want to preserve the classicness of rodeo.
Yeah, and be professional. Just because it's not sanctioned, don't mean we still can't be a professional cowboy. You train at these rodeos,
right,
or some of the open rodeos to be better,
right,
when you get to the sanctioned rodeo.
Yeah.
But back to the game.
Yeah, let's go.
The announcers. You guys look good. We're glad to have Jalen was there. Cynthia, she looked good. And my man Linnell come all the way from South Carolina.
Yeah,
so that says a lot. And when I saw you guys up there, man, I just kind of looked, my buttons pop on my shirt. I said, man, look at my guys, right there. And I was honored to be able to introduce all you guys. So y'all did an awesome job.
Man, it was good. It was good to be amongst. I hadn't got a chance to meet Linnell and Jalen in person. I told him, man, I apologize. I didn't get a chance to take pictures with him. Of course, I know Mrs. Cynthia, and we talk all the time. She always motivated me. We competed together. We did Bill Pickett together. And so it was just awesome to be amongst the future, right? And I tell people all the time, Friday, as y'all are getting older, like the stories are going to change in the rodeo, right?
Yes.
I don't have the privilege of knowing all the folks that you rodeo with and the people before them.
Right.
Coming in as a new announcer, my job is to learn the story of the current Cowboys. I can go back maybe a generation, but in 10 years, we're gonna be telling that story. These people these kids they're gonna be grandparents and things of that sort. So it's just going to keep evolving. So allow some of the young folks that's coming through, that's trying to come up the rear and just not be a replacement, but just be the next one.
Right.
Giving them the opportunity to do that so that we can continue the Cowboy story.
No, and that's definitely important with what you said and with all those legends that was there. I can't name one of them that was disappointed about anything. And if it was 20 that was on the legend deal, all 20 of them showed up. They was there. They got presented. Again, tip my hat to Danielle Tipton.
Yeah.
And, of course, video hero Jay Riley. But, that Friday night, we went to the release of the untold story.
Okay.
And that was pretty awesome. It was at the movie theater.
Uh-huh.
Popcorn was smelling good. All the legends was there. I had the privilege of narrating the round table,
Nice.
being the guy, behind the mic on that. And I want to thank B and Keon and all the crew for letting me do that as well. And that was an awesome deal that's going to be coming out real soon.
Man, looking forward to it. I saw a couple of pictures. I didn't get a chance to make it down, but I saw some pictures of it. I think that's going to be awesome, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, it's nice.
Man, I'm looking forward to
You
it.
want to go to Tulsa
Let's do it.
this weekend?
Oh, let's do it. We're here in Tulsa, man. We got Black Rodeo USA, the Black History rodeos coming right here to the Bill Ford Truck Arena at the State Fairgrounds. Miss Lynette and crew, they put together an awesome show.
Yeah.
It's gonna be exciting, man.
$11,000 in added money.
Big money.
Yeah, to me.
I think so too. I think so too.
It's a full-fledged rodeo.
Yeah.
Langston band, I believe, is supposed to be performing.
Yes, sir.
So again, it's full-fledged rodeo. You're not doing anything. You can get the tickets at Black Rodeo USA or exposquare.com.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 shows on Saturday, one at 1:30 and I think one at 7:30.
Yeah.
And it could be at 1 and 7, but you go online, find out where it is. That's where we'll be. You and I'll be up there emceeing
Yes,
the
sir.
rodeo with Music Man on the ones and twos. So we're looking to have a good time, and a lot of Pony Express.
It's going to be a lot of Pony Express, and I'm excited. Black Rodeo USA, this is their first time in Oklahoma. So
Right.
they've been in many states from Arizona is their home. They've been to Nevada with Las Vegas, Jacksonville, Shelbyville, Tennessee.
Yep.
And so this is the first time they've got a chance to come to Oklahoma, and they're looking to showcase that Pony Express. We're excited to share it with you.
And again, I want to shout out Jesse Guillory and Danielle Tipton for being some of the ramrods behind that. And I was just told today, my boy Dylan is going to be there with the stock.
Nice.
So, hey, it's a family affair.
It's going to be fun, man. And I'm looking forward to it Friday. It's been a while since we got a chance to be on the mic together,
Yeah.
and so, man, it's going to be fun. I'm looking to have a good time.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes,
Then,
sir.
we're going to go through the Black Rodeo USA this weekend. Next weekend, we're going to head to Fort Worth.
Right.
We're talking about the Bill Pickett Invitational Rodeo. It's going to take place there, 2 shows in one day. It's going to be live on Pluto TV. So if you're not doing anything and you can't make it, you can go on there live. Cynthia and I will be doing that. Spanky's going to be in the house.
Nice.
MC Guest is going to be on the ones and twos. So another exciting weekend. When we talk about Black History Month,
Absolutely.
it's going to kick off. We kicked it off last week. Black History Month this week. Black History Month next week.
Hey,
Black History Month the week after that. Man, Black History Month.
it's Black History Month, and it's just so good to be able just to kind of take over. Man, we talk about, let's talk a little bit about Black history real quick.
Let's do it.
I wanted to say it the other day, and I just kind of got wrapped up in the moment listening to Tori Johnson's story. So when I had opportunity to speak, I wanted to talk about February the 1st and how important it was for African Americans in the United States of America. We had to hit the gala where we honored legends, right, that competed during the 60s.
Right.
North Carolina A&T. There were
Okay.
4 men that started the nationwide sit-in movement at Woolsworth Museum right there in Greensboro, North Carolina. 4 college students. Those students doing that gave us the opportunity to be able to step foot and dine with people of other races, other ethnicities, be able to come to these rodeos together. And I just wanted to pay tribute to the A&T 4 because that is a pivotal part of history to which I think opened up the door for even us in rodeo to be able to rodeo together.
Well, that's awesome, man. And speaking of Black history, right here in Oklahoma, Tulsa, the Greenwood deal.
Yeah.
We acknowledged that in May when they had the race riot. So, a lot of people was lost. But one thing about Black history, man, it is all over the place.
Man, it is. It tells a story of resiliency. It tells a story of being able to overcome obstacles.
Right.
It doesn't matter what year it is. You got to have that same mindset. Keep pushing forward. Don't make excuses for yourself. What the world says doesn't necessarily mean what got to happen.
Right.
Just
Right.
keep moving.
As you look at, Miss Valeria and them bringing that Bill Pickett Rodeo to Fort Worth
Right.
with Black History Month and all the things that they're going to be talking about. Howard Johnson is going to be in the house, and there's so much history. And as they just wrapped up Denver
Right.
and had champions down there, we're going to be talking about who's currently set number one.
Right.
Because the Fort Worth deal is going to be the Texas Connection Series.
Right.
And then as we go on to California, it'll be the Legacy Series. So once again, go to BillPickettRodeo.com. Go in there. They got scholarships they give away. They got the standards there. They'll be celebrating 41 years. So if you're in the area, go ahead and get your tickets, and we'll see you down there next week.
Right. And don't forget about that foundation. Bill Pickett got that foundation. I think they have a week-long camp down in the summer where they bring in the youth to introduce them to horsemanship and just several things in the Western world. And so I know for sure that you can find them on TikTok at the BPIR Foundation. They're always posting content to make sure people are aware of some of the opportunities that are available. Now, this is available, folks, nationwide. All you need to do is just connect with them, contact them, figure out how you can be a part of what they got going on.
You talk about TikTok,
Yeah.
talking about Facebook, you talk about the website.
Yeah.
They out there. Hit them up. Tickets are on sale now. If you're listening in other areas like California, DC, Memphis, tickets are on sale right now for Bill Pickett Invitational Rodeo.
Now, while we talk about that, they gonna sell out.
They
sell out every year.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if one or two of them ain't already sold.
I mean, if you want to get it, these rodeos are not something that you just want to show up the day of in your Western wear, because you might just get turned around.
Yeah.
So if you make your travel plans, get your outfit, and buy your ticket. First of all, let's say this: buy your ticket first, then get your outfit and your travel plans. Because I promise you, Black Rodeo USA, SCRA, Southeastern Rodeo Association, and Bill Pickett alike, they always have awesome crowds, and you just need to be early.
Right. In Southeastern, they sell out too.
Yeah.
And then you got Star Rodeo, which is on the rise as well.
Yeah.
And then I was talking to Ben Goodman about the Anahuac Rodeo Association. So they're getting that together. Everything is coming back, man. We are off and running, and everything is looking good.
It's gonna be big. I mean, it's gonna always be something for you to do.
Yeah. And going on, Southeastern Rodeo Association. We talked about the PRCA, the IPRA, the ACRA, the Bill Pickett, Black Rodeo USA. Southeastern is definitely on the rise.
Yeah.
Mr. Walter Hull and all the crew down there, they'll be kicking it off next weekend in Meridian, Mississippi. And then I'll be with them March the 1st as we go to Hattiesburg. And I think Jeter Jones will be there performing. So Southeastern Rodeo Association, man, been having good rodeos. St. Louis, they had 10,000 one show, 8,000 another show.
Crazy.
They're going down to Montgomery, Alabama, at least 9,000 there. And that's where they got Ken Hall.
That's out of Alabama. Yeah, well, he was a champion, right? He was a champion right there this past year.
Yeah.
And he had opportunity to come up. You interviewed him during the gala. He was one of the nominees for one of the hottest cowboys for 2024. Now he came up and he did an awesome speech. I thought he spoke very well and represented Southeastern Rodeo Association very well. So we appreciate him for making that journey and know that we support them. We got a lot of cowboys down south.
They are everywhere.
They everywhere.
Had LJ Graves.
Yeah.
She came out of Terry, Mississippi. I think she won a second or something in the ladies steering decorating. So, the cowgirls are out there.
Right.
It's just not Oklahoma, Texas.
Right.
We're talking Mississippi. Did you see those guys that come out of New Jersey?
Yeah.
Connecticut was in the house. Florida was in the house. California was in the house. All of them was there at the gala. But we're talking about just black cowboys and cowgirls from all across the United States.
All over. And
Tracy Ladden was there from Chicago.
I would say from Illinois. We had Miss Ladden from Illinois. And so it's nationwide. And I promise you, it's something going on somewhere around you. You can follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We always try to post the flyers, and we do it to support, right? We want to help get the word out. We may not always be a part of it, but we definitely want to spread the word, because I know it's some awesome producers put a lot of time and effort and energy into this. We all got one common goal, and that's to move this thing forward.
Yeah, and then when we're not on every day or every other day, we're trying to do this bi-weekly, but you want to stay in touch with some rodeo action, check out Cowboy World.
Yeah.
Cowboy World with AD Hatton and all those guys, man, they are making a lot of noise. So if it's a rodeo podcast, it don't matter if it's talking about rodeo. Check it out. AD Haddon, pretty much every morning, especially if you're getting up early and you want to have a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Have a cup of coffee with it.
AD gonna have a cup of coffee with you. We're gonna read scripture and we're gonna talk about rodeo. And you know, one thing about AD is, man, he go to everything.
Yeah.
He's interviewed some of the top cowboys and cowgirls
I'm
across. Listen, I have to purposely go to the page. You know, the algorithm, you be wanting to see stuff, but it don't show you everybody's stuff. And I was like, man, let me go to AD page, see where he at next. And I mean, he was out in Vegas at the finals and interviewing. Man, he just does a great job. Super proud of everything he's doing. Super informational, not only about pro rodeo circuits, but also the juniors.
Yeah,
you know,
he's big on that.
Yeah,
and he's part of King Pickett, Corey Solomon. Them have that school there in Texas for upcoming cowboys and cowgirls. So I can't say the name of it right now, but if you send us a message or something, we'll get the name, get you in contact with AD Haddon and all the crew, and they could tell you all about the youth camp that they have down there. It's really exciting.
It's gonna be big, man.
It's cool.
It's
so
real
big shout out to that.
Yeah.
You know, as we go on down, that Hattiesburg deal is March the 1st in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Southeastern Rodeo Association, and they have several rodeos coming up. They have the finals. It's going to be taking place in Lufkin, Texas in November. So you can hit them up as well on Facebook, Instagram. Hit them up. SoutheasternRodeo.com.
Well, that's big. You know, they posted some information the other day. I want to make sure people saw it. Is that they have become a membership association,
right?
And I think in order to qualify for those finals, if I'm not mistaken, you got to make 8 out of the 12, right? So all you cowboys that are traveling or looking for those associations, trying to get to some of those finals, be sure to check out the new association rules and the requirements so that you can have your face in as many of them as possible.
Yeah, and get your membership.
That's the main thing. You got a membership.
If you go to an open rodeo right here, it's a sanctioned rodeo right there. You can go to the sanctioned rodeo on Friday and go hit the open rodeo on Saturday.
True.
But the thing about it is you got to schedule it right in order to hit that and hit that and hit that. Don't just go all open rodeo. Spread yourself around, get that membership, make it happen.
And talking about that, let's talk back to the gala and talk about the memberships. And I know this was just a hot topic. We honored the legends, but we also brought in, again, some of the top cowboys and cowgirls across the country who's performed very well in associations. They were card holders. They were champions. And so as we move into 2026 and people say, well, how did those folks get to where they be or where they were, right? You get your cards and go out there and be the top. Be the best of the game.
Have you a good year. Just have you a good year. And it's not just for the gala, it's for yourself.
Right.
Have a good year for yourself. The most touching part for me was the Tory Johnson deal.
Yeah.
Man, you know, we know what he went through.
Yeah.
We know what happened. We don't have to talk about all that, the whole rodeo world. No. But one thing about it, he's back.
Right. He's back. He came back. He's coming back with a vengeance.
Yes.
He's got a new goal in mind, and that's to dominate.
Yes.
And see, think about it. I think it puts it into perspective for us all that every time we back into that box, we just one run away from it being over.
Right.
And so when you get stopped in those tracks, it makes you appreciate stuff a little different. I think he got a fire in his eye. This year is going to be a good year for Tory.
And I believe that right now he's currently leading the Bill Pickett from the Denver Rodeo.
He is.
So he came back. He's already on top. Yep. So you think he's just going to lay down?
Nah, he's already got the qualifiers. He's already been into some qualifiers. And in May, I think he mentioned he was going to San Antonio after he did some qualifying runs in Denver. Right. And so, you know what, guys, it's out there. And the goal is like, you know what, don't limit yourself. Set a lofty goal.
Right.
You know what? I don't think no goal will surprise God. Make it divine.
Yep. And that was great. Wim Wayne walked out there with the calf roping deal, which I think he won it last year.
Yeah.
So those guys voted and everything and made that happen. So the gala turned out great. The entertainment was good.
Yes, sir.
Several bars was there.
Oh yeah,
man. I guess everybody had a drink but me.
Well, me too. I just kept getting water. But you know, like I said, it was an awesome venue. We had a chance to just honor and give flowers where flowers were due, and we're just looking to keep expanding that. Now, I don't think you know, the venue's so nice. I think that cap at 1,000 probably gonna be where it's at.
You need to.
But I tell you what, the people and the contestants that are there, hey, you can be there, man.
Yeah.
I hope that's one of your goals because
Yeah.
I'd love to see you catch your flowers.
Yeah, you had Aiden Morris was in the house.
Yeah.
He did the first annual Black Meet and Greet out in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
spoke and told the story about how that turned out. So if you go out to Vegas during the finals or whatever, find out about Aiden Morris and what he's doing with that meet and
Right.
greet. It's kind of my plans
Yeah.
to try to make it next year. I didn't get to make it, but I plan on as soon as I get the dates, I can make it work.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he had a big sponsor come in and help him out right there
Yeah,
with Roper.
Roper.
Roper came in. I believe Wrangler is one of his longtime sponsors, has been for a good long time. And he's just pouring back those blessings back into this thing because he knows that there's a lot of people coming behind him and we got to keep this thing going. So when you talk about meeting and greeting all these legends and understanding the platform and the obstacles and barriers that they went through, this is an event that just gives you a chance to see them in person because it wasn't a lot of film back then.
No.
You know, right now
No.
I can go pull up 100 videos on YouTube of these current cowboys and cowgirls, but everything else, it's just coming straight from the mouth.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys, I saw an article. They wrote an article, and Mr. Jackson was in there, and I think they interviewed him. He didn't really say much, and I think it said his nephew said he ain't gonna talk about himself much.
No.
A lot of those guys ain't gonna talk about themselves much, but I'm telling you, they got some stories that'll blow you
A
away.
bunch of stories,
Yeah.
and you know, it all goes all the way back to Bass Reeves.
Yeah,
It goes all the way back to Mary Stagecoach Fields.
Yeah.
It goes all the way back to the ones that really opened the doors,
that's true.
even with the Pony Express
Right.
and all of that. So the Black History Month is here. We're talking about it. We're talking about Black Rodeo. We're just talking about rodeo.
Just rodeo.
You know, rodeo in general. We go on into March as Hattiesburg March 1st. Steve Rager switched up his spring rodeo.
Yeah, he did.
He switched it up. Normally, I thought it was going to be April the 19th because he's always been there.
Yeah.
So he switched it up. It's going to be March the 8th
Yeah.
in Kellyville, Oklahoma. So kind of mark your calendar with that. As soon as the flyer get out, I'm sure he's going to post it. But Steve Rager, I think it's about 11 years
Yeah, it
of
is.
his spring rodeo is going to take place in Kellyville.
And you know, we've been down there for the last few years.
Mhm.
It just keeps growing. It was down in Mounds, and it just keeps growing and growing. He does a good job. I think he puts up some good money for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's a good rodeo to gauge where you are before the spring really just takes off.
And it's indoors.
Yeah,
so
it
if
is.
you're not doing anything, just come on down there. He'll have the flyers out real soon. It'll be the spring rodeo brought to you by Dominance.
Dominance.
Huh?
Dominance.
Steve Rager.
That's all right. What about Little Rock, man? You got that Little Rock
It's
rodeo
coming
that's
up, too.
coming. That's gonna be
I
big.
think it's the end of March.
Yep.
The last weekend, the 29th, Weefers Tires, the Wilbirds, Denise has put together Defeat the Beast.
Defeat the Beast.
Barton Coliseum in Little Rock, March the 29th. If you're not doing anything, you ought to come on down there. Last year, it was so many people
Right.
down there, and I'll be having the privilege to work with some of the best DJs. Now, DJ there is the DJ Finelli.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it's the DJ Finelli, man, and this guy is good.
Yeah.
And I just sat there and I just enjoyed. They make me look good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
DJ Finelli.
Hey, when you got a good music person, boy, it so make your
It
job a
sure
little
do.
easier, don't it?
And I just found out the other day on May 10th, we'll be going to West Palm Beach.
Okay.
And I tried to get, I said, hey, man, I could bring the DJ. He said, man, I got the DJ. I said, who you got? He got the DJ. That's the DJ for King George.
Wow.
Huh?
So they pulled out some big hitters.
Man, I tell you what, I'm just blessed.
Yeah, you are.
To be able to work with some of the best and make the connection.
Right.
King George,
Yeah.
I wonder what he going to play.
Like, I don't know, but I bet it's gonna be a good time, man. And people are interested. I had a Facebook friend hit me up from Florida the other day. I went to digging for flyers. I think they were down. I can't remember what she said. Man, it dropped me. But anyway, she was down in Florida. Like, hey, my son, right now, he wants to be a black cowboy. He's 10 years old. This is absolutely what he wants to do. How can I get him involved? How can I get him to a show?
Right.
I went to digging for flyers and shared the Jacksonville flyer, and I didn't have the West Palm Beach, but I'll get that tour as well.
Yeah.
Well, this is inspiring kids. Now, with that Friday, I haven't got to post the store. I ain't got to tell nobody, but I was at the gala, and I was just going to get me a drink, and a gentleman walked up to me, and he said, "Sir, I just want you to meet my son." He said, "We drove all the way from Georgia. My son is 11 years old. He wants to be a bull rider or a bullfighter, and I drove from Georgia to bring him here to this gala so he could be around some African American cowboys."
That's awesome.
And the blessing in that Friday is I got a chance to talk to that young fella. He looked me in my eye. We shook hands, and I encouraged him, tell him that don't ever let anybody take you away from your dream. Right around that moment, old Travis Beasley,
Right.
he walks up.
Right.
And Travis is one of the top African American bullfighters.
Yeah.
He's going to be at the Black Rodeo USA here in Tulsa.
Yes,
He's booking all over Oklahoma. He got an opportunity to stand there with that young man, show him pictures of what he does. And it was just a full circle moment to know that what we're doing is not in vain.
And that's really awesome because speaking of that, I got a call from Miami, Florida,
Yeah.
where a young man helped another rodeo announcer at a rodeo a couple weeks ago, and he wants to be an announcer.
Let's go.
And he said he team wrote. He said, but there's nothing down there for him to do. So I invited him to the class. He's on the list. So all this is just worldwide. And I know we jumping all over the place, but all this information is good.
It's good, man. We just talking.
Yeah.
And one thing, we're gonna give you some facts, but it's good to have conversations because the one thing about it is when you're sitting in the audience versus when you're on the production crew, you see two totally different things. And this is the first time we've got a chance to talk. And so I just wanted to share that story with you, man, because I think about it. You posted, actually, I take that back. Jalen, one of your students, posted the other day. He said, it was 20 years ago when I first saw Marcous Friday, and I've been wanting to be a rodeo announcer ever since. And then to be honored at the gala. So you just talk about those full circle moments of these young folks who aspire to be just like their heroes in that arena.
And I remember that moment very well. I was with the Real Cowboy Association. And he had sellout crowds down there. And I remember Jalen playing the day when he walked up to me. And I never took it serious. And then I went down there a couple of more years, and he always made sure he came and talked to me. And then next thing you know, he's doing some of the Just a Cowboy Association rodeos. And when I go down that way, they usually hire him too.
Right.
And we get to commentate together. So it's good to work with your students. And I never thought I'd be a teacher.
Right. You know what? Life is funny, ain't it? Life is funny, man.
It is. It really is. Man, the hip hop rodeo.
That's going to be big. Right there with Skinny, man.
Always big. David LaFall and all that crew down there be putting together this rodeo, man. And it's always a sellout, always live entertainment. And you know what? It's true hip hop.
It really is. It truly is. I mean, the music is going. It turns into a full concert. I've got a chance to announce that with you a few times. I mean, I have an awesome time. They put on a great production,
man.
And I look forward to it.
It's coming up March the 15th in Mesquite, Texas. Tickets are on sale now. If you're not doing anything, come on down, man. They've had some of the top entertainers down there. I've seen Betty Wright. I've seen Lattimore, Mystical, Cupid. And I mean, every year is somebody. What was the guy that passed away?
I can't recall him.
But last year, he was there as well. So the hip hop rodeo in Mesquite, Texas is March the 15th. If you're not doing anything, they got Pony Express and everything going on there. Come on down, get your tickets, hiphoprodeo.com.
Hey, Friday, I think the last time I was down there with you, man, an artist came out in a drop top old school in the middle of the arena, and all the fans hopped out the crowd and got into the arena. Man, I tell you what, if he had he probably did. They probably shot a music video right there.
We just didn't know
what was going on, but man, it was wild. It was phenomenal. He performed right there with the fans standing there. It was an amazing time.
And we even had the opportunity to have David Mann was in the house.
True.
David Mann Jr. He co-hosts the announcement with me down there. So that really speaks volume when you really get a chance to see a lot of celebrities, and they are at the rodeo. They're part of it, and man, that's just awesome.
Yeah, it really is.
Awesome. I try to get pictures with everybody.
I know. You know what? I gotta get better at that.
I go get them.
I don't take enough pictures. I don't pull my camera out enough. I leave it in my pocket. I got to get better, man.
Get better, man. Because There are moments that you might not ever get that opportunity
Right.
again,
Right.
to do that. So you can mark your calendar. Okay, we're gonna go back
Yep.
this weekend here in Tulsa at the hip hop.
No, Tulsa, we got the Black History
Thank you,
Rodeo,
thank you.
Ford Truck Arena.
Thank you.
On Saturday, Black Rodeo USA.
2 shows.
Yeah, 2 shows. I think
Next
it's 1 and
weekend,
7.
Fort Worth, Texas, Bill Pickett Rodeo, 2 performances one day as well.
Plus live on Pluto.
Yep.
So, man, it's awesome, man. Bill Pickett was the first. Bill Pickett Rodeo Association, first African American rodeo association on national TV.
Yes, it was.
And from that, it has grown to now they are in partnerships with the PBR
Yep.
and Pluto to bring some of their shows in that legacy series live to you. That just speaks to the growth over the years.
Yeah, and it's
it's
awesome,
big.
what they've done, and then Southeastern, I think last time I talked to Mr. Hull, they kind of got a little deal going on with Cowboy Channel too
Nice.
as well. So, you spreading the love, all around.
Right.
It's everywhere. Kellyville, Steve Reagan Rodeo,
Right.
if you're not doing anything, March 8th,
Yep.
March 15th, we'll be right there at the Hip Hop Rodeo. Then March 29th, Little Rock.
Right there.
We'll be down there with the Defeat the Beast.
Yeah.
Those guys down there looking good. And then we're going to jump all the way down. I know there's a lot of other rodeos
Yeah.
in between, and I don't know how much time we got.
Right.
But we definitely talk about Old Mo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the granddaddy of them all. Celebrating 70 years of the Old Muggy Roy
Yeah.
LeBlanc Invitational Rodeo. Last year we talk about it all the time. It was like a once in a lifetime sight.
Right.
And they played a video at the gala. The Pony Express was running, man, and I seen the people under the bleachers behind the chain link fence to catch that action. And I think, boy, it was a lot of folks there.
It's big. And you want to see one that's big,
Yeah.
is in Liberty, Texas, and that's Easter weekend.
Yeah.
So if you down that way in Liberty, Texas, just around Cheeks, Beaumont, Houston area,
Right.
wherever it is, just find it. Liberty, Texas, Easter weekend. They have a big rodeo down there.
Yep.
And I want to say it's 60 plus years
Right.
that they've had this rodeo.
Right.
So rodeo's big, man.
Right.
It's
And
real
I
big.
think it's awesome that that they continue in the legacy.
Mhm.
And all the changes that have happened. This, especially they talk about Omogi. We can't forget about Bowley.
Nope.
Over 100 years,
Yep.
right? And it's just awesome. 60 plus years up at East Side in Oklahoma City,
Yep.
right? These rodeo associates, these founders of these rodeos had a vision, and to see that it's still in fruition. But not only that, it just keeps growing.
And you know what's even better? Just hot off the press today, the Cowboys of Color,
Okay.
which is May the 3rd in Oklahoma City, just released that Cupid
Wow.
will be the live entertainer down there this year.
That's
That
gonna be
came
all right.
out today.
That's gonna be all right. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah.
My algorithm hadn't refreshed that information.
So Cupid will be in the house. Tickets will be going on real soon. Perry Publishing and Broadcasting will be presenting this rodeo.
Nice.
The Cowboys of Color, May 3rd in Oklahoma City with Cupid
Yeah.
in the house.
That's all right, Friday.
Is that good?
Hey man, that's good, man. It's been a pleasure to be with y'all. I know it looks like we're not looking at the cameras, y'all. We got like 4 cameras going on. We're trying to stray to several different places and look different ways. But just know we're trying to get this information out there. We're trying to make it available. We want to see you be a part of the growth that the rodeo world, not
Right.
just Black rodeo, but the rodeo world is experiencing. They said it. The old saying now is they said, man, it wasn't cool to be a cowboy back then, but we've made it cool.
Yeah, it's real cool.
And everybody got their hats and their boots, and let's just keep growing it. But the thing is, let's pay homage to our foundation, to our history, while growing it. You never forget where you came from.
Well, I tell you what, we ain't ever said anything about Memphis.
Yeah.
It's coming up April the 12th. You can definitely hit up Memphis. It'll be one in Omogi.
Yep.
It'll be April the 5th. So you can mark that as well. April the 26th, we'll be heading to Montgomery, Alabama. So the rodeos are there. The Bill Pickett Final, Southeastern Rodeo, as you mentioned,
Yep.
got it going on. Black Rodeo USA, just the Cowboy Association got several rodeos going on. So the rodeo season is here.
It is.
Get your jeans, get your new boots, get whatever you're gonna get, and come on,
Let's go. Well, I'm gonna do a plug for my girl Tiffany Guest. She got a rodeo calendar where she highlights all of these rodeos. So TG Rodeo on Facebook, I believe in Instagram as well. And then you got the Black Cowboy calendar as well.
Right.
So if I know we're giving out a bunch of information all at one time, we're just trying to get into your hands as quickly as possible. Marcous is busy up and down the road prepping for his shows. I just opened my books just about a week ago, and it's just getting busy. So we try to pull together as quickly as we can to bring you guys this information live. But those are places where you can get it in writing. Again, go to the websites. I'm gonna cover the websites again for you. For the ones that I know, you got blackrodeousa.com, and I believe it's www.bpi RA, is it that BPRA?
BPIR, Bill Pickett Invitational
Bill Pickett Invitational Rodeo.com. And then you got SERA, Southeastern Rodeo Association.com there as well. Those are the big three that I know have the associations. And again, no shade to our open rodeos. When those flyers come out, we'll try to share them. You be sure and save them. But don't save them. Go back and check on them too, because sometimes those dates shift a little bit. So you want to be in the know. I know that there's been a couple of date changes so far. So when you're this early on, things can change. So make sure that you're constantly checking those pages, like, follow, and share that content when you can. And let's just have a great rodeo season Friday.
You know, and Tiffany's rodeo was last weekend in June.
Legacy.
You check that out. You know, I got a chance after we had walkthrough with the gala. I went over to it. Impressed OK had an exhibit that kicked off, and man, they had some pictures up in there that was real nice that they took from rodeos. Matter of fact, Carson was sitting there on display, and everybody's walking around shooting pictures of Carson. I was like, I know that little guy right there, but it was just awesome for what Richard and Jamie Gleason has done with these pictures from the rodeo. So there's so much going on out there, man. And really too much information.
It really is, man. And you know, like I said, we try to bring it in a condensed format, and but I think, hey, man, we're just gonna keep it in front of y'all. That's it. And we're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep trying to learn. And with this technology, we learn something new every week that we do it, and we're gonna keep pressing on.
You know, tell me that. I ain't cutting you out.
Yeah, what's up?
But man, it's Super Bowl weekend.
It is. Yeah.
Who you got?
Man, I'm going with the Eagles, man. I'm rocking with my fraternity brother Jalen Hurts, man. It's time for those guys, Saquon Barkley and them. It's time for them to push. I know I got fraternity brothers on both sides, but I'm rocking with the Eagles this year. I'm ready to see somebody else winning. No shade to the Eagles. I mean to the Chiefs, but you know, hey, that's what I'm rocking with.
You know what? This is some football squares. We got probably about 20 squares left. You want to get involved into the squares? You can. For the Super Bowl, I'm gonna rock with the Chiefs, man. I'd like to see them do that 3. I love Jalen. Don't get me wrong, he got that OU blood in him. But man,
now, see that's
Chiefs are serious.
See, Friday, that's what we got. That's what we go off topic. See, now y'all OU fans always want to claim somebody. Now we know Jalen was developed down there at Alabama, and he just showed up at OU already at the top.
That's because he wanted to finish good.
Oh man, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
But it's all good. Hey, we do a little bit of it all right here.
Yeah.
NBA, they just had the big trade there with
man.
Luka and AD. Man, I don't know how that's gonna turn out.
Yeah.
But it ought to jail by the end of the year. You know, things might work out. We'll see what's gonna happen with that.
Things stay changing. Well, man, like I said, we definitely want to thank. Let me shout out. Can I shout out some of the sponsors? You got a pamphlet there. I want to give a quick thank you to all of the sponsors that helped bring the gala. I know Danelle and Jay and Marcous have done a good job just giving them the flowers for helping us out, helping us bring this gala to you.
And we need sponsors.
We do. You got to.
If you got a business, you want to get involved, just hit us up, man. We need all the help we can get with this. This is a historical event, and I tell you what, we can't do it by ourselves.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it said Wrangler was the title sponsor for the event.
Right.
Wrangler's been rocking with us pretty tough here. I know Danelle is he's sponsored by Wrangler, Abe, and shoot, I know you get stuff there from them as well. And so we definitely want to thank Wrangler for being there, as well as the Cowboy Channel. Cowboy Channel, they did a good job. Now I believe that they're going to do a post-production airing after some cleanup of the event, and I believe that's going to be put on the Cowboy Channel as well. And we can't forget about our friends over there at Uncle Nearest.
Boy,
Uncle Nearest
it's
Whiskey.
good to see them.
It was real.
I
good
wanted
to see.
some. Everybody was gone when we got there.
Yeah, they were out of there. But you know what, man? I've been going with Uncle Nearest for a while. I remember buying one of their first bottles when it came out. People that don't know that story, Uncle Nearest was actually the master distiller for the Jack Daniels brand. Here in the early 2020s, the story came out about Uncle Nearest. His family, started their own distillery. Started with his recipe. They have grown. Marcous, they are the fastest growing African American whiskey company in the world.
Awesome.
I say top revenue over close to $1 billion, I believe.
That's awesome. And
So,
Sir Davis, what
Sir
about
Davis,
them? They
man.
was in the house, and I didn't know a lot about that, but in the last couple of weeks, man, I got all the information I needed about Sir Davis. So all I'm gonna say is Sir Davis.
Sir Davis.
Yeah.
I gotta taste some of that.
Yeah.
Man.
You will this weekend.
Yeah, I gotta get
You
some.
will.
I'll taste it.
You
I'm
will.
not a drinker, but I'll taste it. And we can't forget about our friends here. Like y'all, I'm gonna cheat here because I don't remember everybody but Video Hero. All the video presentations that you saw on the big screen that put together by Jay.
Yeah.
Jay did a great job with that. He had videos honoring not only did we honor the Cowboys and Cowgirls, we honored the behind the scene folks, the moms.
Yeah.
We had the moms. That video was powerful. We honored the women of
Rodeo.
African American women
Yeah.
of rodeo as well.
Yeah.
Also a very powerful shoot. So Video Hero, if you're in the market or need video editing or professional production, Jay Ridley and crew can definitely get it done. They've done a lot of documentaries across the state.
Super guy right there.
Yeah. So
Riding Legacy, the Monto story.
yes, sir. Yes,
Pretty
sir.
nice, man. Several sponsors, and we want to thank them again. We might not plug them enough. The IPRA.
Yep.
We definitely want to thank them for being a vital part. Who else we got there?
Man, we got Roper. Like I said, we talked about Roper a little earlier, and another rodeo production, the Nell Tipton.
Yeah.
We had Tulsa Rodeo Association. It's been around forever, putting on rodeos and supporting kids. Tulsa Rodeo Association, another Friday's production, also big in that as well. So definitely want to tip our hat to them. And let's see who else we got here. So that BMO Trucking, Black Rodeo USA, Perry Broadcasting.
Yep.
So-
Seth Wadley.
Yeah,
Definitely want to thank him, man. Perry Publishing and Broadcasting. Matter of fact, those guys will be going on there Friday talking about the rodeo this weekend
okay.
here in Tulsa. So the Nilden will be there
That's
live
awesome.
doing that as well.
And what I can't remember the name of the news channels, but there was a lot of press
Mhm.
on the gala in the Oklahoma City area,
It was.
and not only on the TV, on the radios as well. So I definitely want to thank all of the broadcasters, the radio personalities, as well as TV personalities who spent time learning about the story and reporting that story, because again, it's a story to be told, and I think they did a wonderful job helping us get that story out there.
It was awesome, man.
Yeah.
I've really had fun. Really looking forward to the 2025 season. It's here.
It's here.
It's here, and it kicks off this weekend.
Let's go.
It's right here in Tulsa. So everybody in Tulsa, Muskogee, Okmulgee, all the surrounding areas, Oklahoma City, come on to Tulsa, and we'll see y'all out there Saturday at 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
All right. Well, that's our time here tonight, Friday. Hey, we appreciate y'all for jumping on with us. This is another version of Rodeo Talk Live. We're going to pull back together as we can and try to bring y'all more information and continuing to do the work of rodeo. Until then, stay blessed. Peace, love, and rodeo.
Thank you.